Come down from Pendle, come through the rain. There's talk in the village and fear in the lane. A peddler fell down on the road into town, and one little rumour turned everything around. The magistrates called and the questions began. The magistrates called and the questions began. The magistrates called and the questions began. Who cast the curse? Tell us who ran. One name became 2 and 2 became 10. And riders went searching the valleys again. Down the road to Lancaster, through the wind and rain. Names inside the magistrate's book, and fear became a chain. Down the road to Lancaster, hear the old bell ring. When everybody fears the devil, who will question anything? Dyke was old and Chaddock's the same. Years of old stories surrounded each name. A charm for an illness, a word in the night could turn into witchcraft when fear held the light. Roger now railroad every story he heard. A quarrel, a sickness, a threatening word. The ink kept moving, the riders came through, and every confession discovered someone new. Good Friday morning, a table was laid. Neighbors and family came through the shade. Bread on the table and voices inside, but officials would tell it a darker side. A meeting of witches, a plot they would say, and more names were written before end of day. Down the road to Lancaster, through the wind and rain. Names inside the magistrate's book, and fear became a chain. Down the road to Lancaster, hear the old bell ring. When everybody fears the devil, who will question anything? The castle stood waiting above every head, with iron at the doorway and straw for a bed. Oldham Dyke entered but never came free. She died before your jury could see. August arrived and the courtroom was filled. The papers were stacked and the voices were stilled. Thomas Pot sharpened the point of his quill, while names from the villages entered it still. Then Jennet stood small in a room full of men. Only a child, but she named them again. A mother accused and still walked away when stories collapsed in the light of the day. But others received what no words could undo, and words became evidence before the next morn. Down the road to Lancaster, through the wind and rain. Names inside the magistrate's book, but what did anyone change? Down the road to Lancaster, not hear the old bell ring. Down the road to Lancaster, devil, the castle still passed away. Fear begins to speak like truth. Ask who will ode to Lancaster. Come gather near and hear me tell of Lancashire beneath the bell, where Pendle rose through rain and grey, and fear found names to carry away. The year was 1612 and cold, when whispers travelled faster than gold. From cottage doors to magistrate halls, they followed the road to Lancaster walls. Alizon walked the Colne road alone, past hedges bare and weathered stone. A pedlar named John Law passed by with pins and wares beneath the sky. She asked for pins, but refused a moment small, a moment bruised. And further down that muddy way, the pedlar fell and could not stay. Was sickness there, or something more? That question reached the magistrates, taken away. The Lancaster walls remember their names. Chaddock's feared where grudges belong. They knew the herbs, the prayers, the charms, the little cures for village harm. Some came for help when children cried, then called them witches when cattle died. Old rivalries and whisper blame, and once the ink inside a cage. Alizon spoke before Roger Nowell, and every answer widened the spell. One name became 2, a quarrel there. Each memory turned into evidence bare. But authorities heard a different tale. A witches' meeting, a secret prisoner set to flee. A murder, magic, conspiracy. What might have been a household room became in records a place of doom. More doors were opened, no jury heard her answer there. No final verdict filled the air. The castle closed around her name, and still the accusations came. August came, the courtroom filled. The clerk prepared his page and quill. No jury heard her answer there. No fine who feared the devil's disused. August came, the courtroom filled. The clerk prisbarged his page and quill. Accused stood beneath all veil. Yet cracks appeared, the devil's din Thomas Potts sat writing it down. Names preserve the words they gave, the trial, the judgments, and the grave. His book would travel beyond from here, but records of voices shaped by their age, and power decides what enters the page. Still through his ink we hear them call the accused and proved by witnesses. No spells were proved by history's hand, only what frightened who could understand. 10 lives ended under the rain, Wembley's weight it was century flame. Beggarment leaves was never the reigns, the time from the weight was never their names. The fear given power in the castle kept their names. Never the word, no spell in the rain could leave with stone and through rain their names.
The Pendle mist is thick and cold, a winter's tale too quickly told. We lived beneath that hollow height before the day turned into night. A peddler fell upon the road and dropped his pack and all his load. A pin requested, then denied, became the place where shadows hide. Old Demdike sat with sightless eyes while Chaddocks feared the parish lies. They wrote our names as stories grow and took us where the cold winds blow. They took us to the castle through the cold Lancashire rain, with our names inside their papers and suspicion like a chain. They called us witches loudly till nobody asked why. They took us to the castle and some went there to die. Demdike never saw the sun. Behind the stone her life was done. A courtroom built of fear and pride, where common sense was set aside. A child of 9 with tear-stained face was brought to stand inside that space. She spoke the words against her blood while summer skies were turned to